say goodbye yet? Can I change your mind? 'Cause I don't think we're finished until I cross the line. 'Cause I can't let you go. I want you to know that I will make you mine. 'Cause I can't let you go. I want you to know that I will make you mine. So before we dive in deeper, I wanna get to know you well, you well. And the only thing that's better is you and me together for real.
Okay, let's try this. Hello, 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 hello. This is Jordan Page, South Coast Kane, coming to you live, and hopefully it's looking pretty good. I'm trying something new, different, trying to evolve, adapt, and just kind of see what's going on. All right. Oh crap. Okay. So here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. I'm trying this OBS, streaming through OBS to the YouTube. Just trying to learn, have fun. I have not abandoned the StreamYard. No, I have not abandoned it. Just trying something new. It's a Friday free for all. So hey, why not start with the streaming? I'm just unfolding my notes that I took like 30 minutes ago on what we're going to talk about. So here's the deal. It is Friday. And we're just going to let it all hang out. I know it's not after midnight, but we're just going to let it all hang out. Just trying to do some stuff here. Forgive my for my for that. I'm multitasking. I'm not that good at it. So yeah, here we go. Let's get this underway here. First, let's do a little housekeeping. As you can hear, got a little lo-fi girl going in the background. Hopefully it's not too loud. But I will say that the channel, my South Coast Canes channel, has picked up like 5 or 6 new subscribers in the last month. That is freaking crazy. I mean, the channel is up to 39 subscribers. Wow. That's pretty cool. First, it's awesome that people would take time out their schedule and their life and their doings to do that. That is so cool. That's awesome. That's cool. Second off, this probably will be unfiltered, so don't think that this is going to all be rainbows and unicorns. But it's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be that bad. But I will be giving my unadulterated opinions on certain things, give my opinions. It may not be what some people want to hear, but and I'm pretty low key guy, but it's crazy. It's crazy. So, and we all have our own, all of us have our own opinions. We have our own thoughts, our theories. But one thing to remember is there's no need getting rude with anybody. There's no need in, being whatever. And I know it's not going to happen. But, sometimes things can get a little heated. People get frustrated, etc., etc. And I know this is a crazy time to come on Friday at 3:00 Eastern. There is a reason for that. I had thought about doing it this evening, but I really want to watch that Oregon-Washington game. The last time we spoke was the Boston College game, post game. So I really wanted to get on and get with y'all, see how y'all been, see what's going on, make sure everybody's all right, see what the pulse is of the group, the fellowship, if you will, the U fellowship. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to watch that game tonight between Washington and Oregon. They're playing in Las Vegas. I will be joining Coach Hayes and friends in the Champagne Room. I had such a blast during the Boston College. It was just, I lost track of the game. I was having so much fun, but, and that's no disrespect to anybody, but it's just, it is what it is. There's no hate. There's no disparity. There's no anything. It's just, sometimes you want a Dr. Pepper and sometimes you want a Coca-Cola. Depends on what you want. And sometimes you go out and get that cherry Pepsi, wild cherry Pepsi. So anyway, doesn't look like anybody's here yet, but that's okay. That's okay. The show will go on. Also, and since it's Friday, happy hour does start a little earlier on Fridays. Take that for what it's worth. But to catch up with y'all, we had our Thanksgiving last week, which was wonderful. I'm sure y'all's was wonderful. We had the game against Boston College. Miami won like 45-20, if I'm not mistaken. And I kind of been kind of out of it with work and everything, but this morning this morning, that's good, dude. This morning, I've been wanting to make a season review video for my Ferrari channel, which I finally got to this morning. Very brief, nothing intense. And I'm thinking, what time do I want to get started with this? And I figured, hey, why not 3:00? Because like I said, the game tonight starts at like 7:00 my time. Yeah, I think it's an 8:00 Eastern start. I'm not sure, but I believe it's about 7:00. Anyway, I really wanted to watch it. I really do, because with the games that are going on, I mean, you think about it. Of course, it depends on what the system wants. I was talking to a guy at work the other night about this, and if Oregon wins, if Louisville wins, and say Alabama wins, can you imagine the chaos? And I can tell you right now, if Georgia loses to Alabama, Georgia's going to stay in the top 4, unless Alabama just comes out and beats them like a yard dog, like a rented mule. If Alabama comes out and beats Georgia by like 2 or more touchdowns, will Georgia stay in the top 4? Because if Oregon wins, I'm sure they'll be in, or Ohio State will be in. If Louisville beats Florida State, because Florida State don't have Jordan Travis. If Oregon wins and Louisville wins, I could see Ohio State and Oregon moving in. Now, if Alabama wins, basically if Michigan's the only top 4 team that wins, does Texas get in there? But I got a feeling, because it's already started. What I mean is, the SEC is already politicking to be in the playoffs just because they're the SEC. I think Saban came out and said something about, if there's no SEC team in the playoff, that's disrespect. But if you don't win when it counts, it's not about where you're from or who you are. It's what you've done. If Louisville, Oregon, and Alabama win the next 2 days, in this coming weekend, Oregon tonight, if those 3 teams win, going to be interesting. But I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. I think the system already has Georgia in there. I don't think that they are going to I really don't foresee them keeping an SEC school out of the playoff. I'm just testing something right quick. I want to see if it comes up. Okay, it didn't work. Again, I'm just messing around because I'm doing something new, trying to learn this stuff, because this is a $1.25 tree production. So if you're looking for the Rodeo Drive production, you need to go see Coach Hayes, Coop, Flo, You Heard, Chalupa, etc., etc. Okay, it's working. Like I said, I'm doing this OBS stuff, and I'm learning. I'm doing a little on the job training, on the job training here. So hopefully everything is everything and everything is good. Just trying something different. All right, now that I've done flap my lips for like almost 20 minutes, let's go ahead and get into this. Got my notes out. We're ready to rock and roll. Now it's okay if you agree. It's okay if you disagree. But I just want to give you my opinion, my thoughts, my theories on what's going on. So let's just start with the elephant in the room. If you saw the little thumbnail, it had the old days of our lives. You know, as the sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives, or something. I paraphrase, but that's something like that. So the reason for that is it's not even been a week, but all this self-imposed or self-induced, or let me stop talking in riddles, this created drama, this created paradox on the social media, which I understand the controversy gets the views, you know, the enticement gets the clicks. I get it. You know, that's fine. But all this created drama in order to get another view or another click, I find it very disturbing. Now, it is what it is. It is what it is. And the thing and here's the other part is the flip-flopping, because my thumbnail was either going to be a pair of flip-flops or the hourglass of time. So I went with the hourglass of time. But you got the flip-flopping. And what I mean by that is, again, I go back to what I said about a month or two ago. You had, when it comes to the record, Miami's football record, you had a group of folks, the knucklehead nucleus, at the beginning of the season. I know I've done talked about this 30,000 times, but it's all part of the build-up. So stay with me. You had the knucklehead nucleus that in August, 4 months ago, 3.5 months ago, said, Miami, they were upset because people were picking. Everybody's season predictions was like about 7-5, 6-6, 8-4, somewhere around that neighborhood. Well, the knucklehead nucleus said, no, we're gonna suck. We're gonna be bad. Oh no, we suck again, And they were ridiculing people picking 7-5, 8-4, 6-6. The knucklehead said, no, it's gonna be a losing season. And then, Miami's up 4-0 before the bye week. And the knucklehead nucleus are like, yeah, y'all are idiots. Y'all shouldn't have said 7-5. We're going undefeated. And no, this is not a poke at anybody who said Miami was going undefeated. But y'all know y'all know the group I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. The ones that are the keyboard warriors, hide behind the screen. They got their screen camo on. They can hide behind it, talk all kind of crap. And then, Miami come out after the bye week. Sorry, a little something in my throat. Pause. I've been watching Coach Hayes and them too much. Miami come out after the bye week, which I still would like to find out what the hell happened during the bye week. Lost to Georgia Tech, lost to North Carolina. Now, everybody's freaking out. So here we are. Miami's at the end of the season. They went 7-5. Just like most people predicted. Now, the only preseason prediction I had was, let me watch the first part of the Miami of Ohio game and I'll get back to you. And feel free to pull up my videos. I stand by what I said, and what I was saying up to and at the bye week was, at this point with the way Miami was playing, okay, I did not feel like there was anybody that could beat Miami in the ACC at that time. But, Miami come out, shot themselves in the foot. And let's face it. Every game Miami has played after the bye week, if they didn't have the turnovers, they could have won the game. Now, I'm not going into the would have, could have, should have, living in the land of if. But the fact remains, they could have. But that's not really the point of this video here. It's the point of the flip-flopping. Everybody flip-flopping on records. First everybody's like, yeah, Miami's going to win the ACC. Yeah. Then all of a sudden they flip-flop. And then that coincided with the Tyler Van Dyke. Went through the same quarterback stuff. Either you were a Tyler guy, Emory guy, Jakari guy, nobody guy. Everybody got put and labeled into little groups. But yeah, all this created drama, it gets kind of old, and I understand the mechanics and the business side of the YouTube. I know that. I'm not dumb, and I'm not criticizing. It's just me personally, I can't stand that shit. Just say, don't try to. In other words, one day you're talking about this, then the next day you're talking about that. And when you start talking about that, it contradicts what this was. Can't follow that logic. Anyway, there'll be more on the flip-flopping later. But next, the good news, Miami got that commitment flip from OSU, from Ohio State, from Mr. Scott, defensive lineman, 5-star allegedly. I say allegedly because, sometimes the stars don't matter. Sometimes a 3-star is a 5-star and a 5-star is a 3-star. And sometimes a 5-star can be a 7-star. Who knows? I really don't get too much into the stars. I just like to see what they're going to do on the field and for the team. So that's a good thing. But again, my personal opinion is until the young men sign on the paper, sign on the dotted line, which is probably a solid line, but we'll say dotted line for the cliche. It's all whatever. Everybody's all hype about Miami has got a number 5. Is it number 5 ranked recruiting class? But see, the thing is, all that doesn't matter right now. Only, yeah, everybody says, yeah, I'm going to go to Miami. Like a verbal commit. Don't mean a thing unless you sign on that line. By the time signing day gets here, Miami might have number 1 class. They may have the number 20 class. But talk is cheap, And I'm not saying these guys aren't going to, I'm just keeping it in perspective, keeping it real, keeping it 100, keeping it a bill, keeping it a buck, whatever the cool kids are saying now. I'm just being honest with you. I have no issue, but these kids, these young men, they flip-flop. So that brings us to the NIL. And is it really good? This is probably where I'm going to piss a lot of people off. This is where I'm going to piss a lot of people off. The NIL. The NIL has basically turned the NCAA football into professional sports and its free agency. I believe there should be a cap, a salary cap on the NIL. I think the NIL, ever since it started, I think the NIL is going to systematically destroy college football. And what I mean by that is you got these young men who are coming in. They get this money from the NIL, which, the NIL was about this, getting a piece of the pie that the school was making off of them. But basically it's become a point. It has gotten to the point to where these young men are sitting there making money off making commercials. They're out, doing commercials and appearances for car dealerships, health insurance, lawyers. It has nothing to do with the school. And okay, it's about to start getting really deep. So I'm really about to start pissing some people off now. Again, the guy I work with, he's my F1 buddy. We were talking about this the other night. How much money does a young man need to get through the college? Let's just stick with football. Stick with football, shall we? In which probably, I don't know exact numbers, I'm going to throw 95% or more of these football players are on a full scholarship, which means their tuition is paid for. And this is Miami, a top 50 university, private university in the country. Their tuition's paid for, books are paid for, room and board is paid for. Yeah, they might need a couple of dollars to maybe go to the local Taco Bell or McDonald's. But what I'm saying is, how much is too much? Now, I understand. Now, don't get me wrong. The NIL, in its the pureness of the definition of the NIL, was to let the players, the athletes, get a piece of the pie that the schools, the institutions, the academic institutions were making off of their athletic ability. But the problem is, you got these young men and young women out here. They're making tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars from the car dealerships, the lawyers, You know, the food. It's like they've just become, they might as well just have an infomercial. I'm just saying. And it's got to the point to where these young men and women, that's right, men and women, I ain't into all this other stuff, men and women, male and female, it's got to the point to where, they're probably not even getting paid by the school. They're getting all their money from the dealerships, the health insurance, you know what I'm saying? And then furthermore, I don't know what the schools are making. I know at Miami probably can't be too much because Miami ain't really done much. But anyway, it's when you have a player making hundreds of thousands of dollars off the NIL, come on, bruh. I understand that the players want a piece of the pie that the institutions have been making. Bill, what's up, dude? But my thing is, it's supposed to be the school or the video game or the jersey company or whoever that should be giving them a cut of the pie. Not the local Chevrolet dealership or BMW dealership because they're using them in a commercial. I just have a feeling. It's just a feeling. I don't have facts. It's just a feeling. So it's probably not true. I don't know. I'm not basing my truth off a feeling. But what I see, it's just my opinion, is that the NIL and the schools probably love it because they're not on the hook for much. But, the schools aren't really giving them the money. It's just all these other things, like the Caneswear. The Caneswear has the player jerseys, Now I'm not doing the StreamYard Phil. I'm trying something different today. But I have not. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to belch into the damn microphone there. It's not that I'm abandoning the StreamYard, but for today, I'm not doing the StreamYard. Trying something different. But anyway, when I get back to the NIL, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying I don't want to see these young men and women not get paid for their contributions. But what about the non-athletic student that is bringing money into the university that's not getting an NIL deal? It's basically, in my opinion, and I'll be done with this, the NIL basically allowed the SEC to legalize what they've been doing for decades. I'll leave it at that. Okay, moving right along. So the big talk of the week, the over dramatized subject, the subject that has created more, that it has allowed more created drama to strive, is the transfer portal. As far as I know, and I just get my information from, the U Fellowship on Discord. I get my information from the YouTube. I do not do the X. I do not do the Facebook. I do not do Instagram. I do not do TikTok. I will not eat them in a train. I will not eat them in the rain. You gotta pay attention. You never know what you're gonna get around here. So anyway, back to the subject at hand. Let's stop getting off on these tangents. So the transfer portal. It started with Flagg, Chaney, and Jahfari Harvey going into the transfer portal. And then Tyler Van Dyke decided he's going to leave and go into the transfer portal. And it is what it is. And, you know, my opinion on the transfer portal is you know, I understand there's medical, there's family, there's life situations that it helps people, helps the student, helps the young men in there can transfer closer to home or whatever. But a lot of these cats are transferring because either one, you have an up and coming young man that could take their starting job. So instead of the player going into the portal, instead of sticking around and working a little harder, trying a little harder, try to improve. I ain't working hard. I'm getting out of here. You know, like Mr. Chaney, and I'm not picking on Mr. Chaney. I'm just using him as an example. I'm not saying this is what's happening. I'm just using him as an example. So you got Mr. Chaney, which I like. I like Don. Don's been doing really well. He's had the injury bug, but he's doing really well. You know, he may, again, editorial opinion. I'm not trying to say this is what's going on. Chaney may sit there and say, man, Fletcher looking good. Travante's coming along. Chris is looking good. Man, I don't know if I'll have a starting job. And instead of getting out there and trying harder, try harder, I'll just leave. I don't want to try harder. I'll just leave. Again, I'm not saying that's what's going on, but you see that a lot. You know, these young men who are already getting a free ride to get a free education, a free degree in whatever they want for their, you know, for the future life. Nah, we're not going to work hard. I'm just going to leave. You know, I'll go somewhere else where I don't have to work so hard. You know, and then you have these schools where they get a new coach. Players want to leave because there's a new coach. Well, let me tell you something. In the real world, if you get a new supervisor, a new boss, you just gonna quit your job and go do something else just because you got a new boss? You know me, I can't tell you how many bosses, supervisors I've been through in 21 years. 21, yeah. You know, you just learn to adapt, evolve, and move on. You know, you just don't quit a job just because you get a new boss. Now, I know there's some jobs where you basically have the same person for a long time, but usually, you know what I'm getting at is what do these young men learn? You know, what are they learning? It's like the transfer portal. The transfer portal is incubating and creating this. Lights are blinking. I must really be getting some people upset. The transfer portal is basically creating, incubating, and, you know, promoting this culture of young men that just don't try. They just, why work harder? I'll go somewhere else and not have to do anything. Or, man, we got a new coach. I don't like this coach. I'm going somewhere else. I mean, that's not what life's about, man. Life ain't about that. Sometimes you just have to say, all right, we just need to buckle down and try harder. Or, okay, we got a new boss. We'll go with it. I mean, now this does not, I'm not talking about those who have, a family situation. I'm not talking about those who may be struggling a little academically. Those who may just feel more comfortable closer to home. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, these cats that just want to get out because either there's some young buck coming up that may be better than them and they don't want to work harder to try to get better, or just succeed at, just sit there and say, hey, you know what? You are better than me. You're going to be better for the team, but I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep competing. I'm going to keep working and get better. Just screw it. I'm just going to leave. And I can tell you right now with Tyler Van Dyke, I mean, first and foremost, I think Tyler's got the talent. He has some talent. He has talent. We saw it. But then he got injured. Oh. And then now he just wants to, instead of healing and getting better, nah. He done made all his money, which he ought to pay back. He ought to pay back $10,000 per interception. Now he wants to leave. Bye. Honestly, everybody gives this little thing about, well, I wish them the best. I appreciate everything they've done for Miami. Man, if you ain't willing to work hard and get better, screw you. Get out of here. Go somewhere else. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I'm just saying, it's just my opinion. I told you this is unfiltered. I'm going to probably offend somebody, but I really don't care. This is how I feel. And don't get me wrong. I'm not wishing any ill will to these young men. I really hope they figure things out before it gets too late. I hope this isn't something that's going to handicap them for the rest of their life and becoming a new behavior. But, there used to be a time when a young man would commit to a university, to a team, and barring injury or family situation, they would uphold that commitment for 3 to 4 years, 5 if they redshirt. There used to be a time, but now it's gotten to the point to where, oh man, it's getting tough. I may have to get out there and do something. I may have to try to get better. But I'm a 4-star from such and such. I guess I'm just a stickler about, if you make a commitment to a team, to a person, to yourself, to whoever, you fulfill that. Come hell or high water. You honor your commitment. I'm just saying. It's just, I don't get it. And of course, with TVD leaving, that started the whole creative drama of the quarterback situation. I go back to the knucklehead nucleus. And what happened was you had some, this creative drama started to exploit the fact that, oh my gosh, no TVD, no Emory, but Jakari, he's probably going to transfer, so we have no quarterback. Come on, man, nobody knows that. That's all speculation. That's all created drama. That's the created drama I'm talking about. I can't stand that. It's a shame that things have come to that, to where you have to create an imaginary drama. I mean, it's a possibility, but you harp on it because all you heard about was, Jakari leaving. It wasn't none of this. Well, if he does leave, if he doesn't leave, we don't know. But, everybody was freaking out, and nobody wanted Jakari to get on the field anyway. Why? I don't know. All these self-imposed experts in the live chats thinking they know everything, talking about how Jakari couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Well, yeah, if you go by last year, but this is not last year. It's a whole different situation. And that's why I was always in favor of just seeing how Jakari has developed. I like the kid. Or let me rephrase that. I like the young man. I don't know why I call him a kid. Of course, I'm probably old enough to be their grandfather, but that's beside the point. You got these knuckleheads that think they're, self-imposed experts in the live chats that think they know everything and nobody else knows anything. They want to, give him a chance, see what he does. I think he'd do all right. Those same knuckleheads that were writing Jakari off. Now, all of a sudden, Jakari says that he'll start the bowl game. They say he's going to start the bowl. Now everybody's singing Jakari's praises. Man, I am so sick and tired of that shit. You have, again, these self-imposed experts in the live chat. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Say one thing and then they're going to flip-flop and say another. The ones who freaking out because you're going to put a redshirt freshman who hasn't been tested in the game and play. Guess what? It happens all the time. He's either going to succeed or fail. But the thing about it, though, Mr. Jakari, Mr. Brown, he's got weapons. He has teammates. There are 10 other people on that field. There are 11 people on that field. It's not just the quarterback. Quarterback makes a big deal. He can make or break. But there are other people on that field. Just as you can see, I'm really getting. I just get tired of hearing the nonsense, dude. And if you bring an ounce of, if you try to bring an ounce of, just, I don't know, intelligence. I don't want to say intelligence, but if you just bring a little bit of, realism, if you don't agree with them, you get cut out. And that's why I've kind of changed my my viewing habits because of that. If you don't agree, if you don't agree with these cats that's only been watching Hurricane football for like 15 years, well, you're the idiot. But it's cool. All right. So here's what's going to happen. We are going to take a break. We're going to take a halftime break because I've been talking for almost an hour. We are going to take a quick 5-minute or less intermission. I will be right back. And I'm back. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to go pee. Couldn't hold it anymore. I'm sorry. Had to pee. It's a bitch getting old. But anyway, I don't want to sit here and harp on these morons out in the chats and stuff like that. I don't want to get into that. But that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Is I just do my thing. You know, I try to be real. You know, I listen to everybody. I watch other shows. And yeah, there are knuckleheads all over the place, but I just sometimes it's like I can't take it no more. Let's move on. So I told you it's gonna be unfiltered. It's gonna be y'all know you never know what you're going you never know what you're gonna get on this station. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna tell you how I feel, tell you what I think. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. You know? I'm just saying. But that's why I enjoy the folks that are in the U Fellowship. I really do. Okay, so also after the portal news, and everybody freaking out because TVD was leaving and didn't know if Jakari was staying, and you know, Jakari had that tweet, and it's basically probably, in my opinion, I think it's directed at all this created drama on the YouTube and the Twitter, X, or whatever. You got people getting behind a camera and just saying whatever nonsense just to get a click or a view. And that's bullshit. And what happens is people get very, they get, you know, they get affected by that, you know. And then next thing you know, everybody's talking about that. And then if you try to speak reality, well, you're the friggin' moron, you know. But I've been a moron my whole life, I guess. I don't know. So the next biggest thing, we're going to get back to the Jakari thing in just a second. Bill says he's back. What we talking about? Hey, man, you never know. It's always something on this channel. I was just finishing up about these. I'm really trying to be nice when I talk about these folks in the live chats, and y'all know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna move on after the transfer portal. Now there's also this created drama and creative narrative about Cam Kitchens and James Williams possibly going into the draft. Honestly, the way things have gone this year, they need to go anyway. That's right, I said it. People will say, but Cam was an All-American last year, but you look how he's played this year. He's made some very freshman mistakes. I'm not trying to be rude to the young man, but it would be in his best interest to stick around. You know, he's done bit. He's bit. Yeah, you might want to type it, Phil, because I'm not doing the StreamYard this time. But hey, we got plenty of time, so don't be upset. You know, and then Williams, a good player. James Williams, good player. But he lets emotion dictate his actions. You know, I'm waiting to see Dakari Couch go into transfer portal or go somewhere else. We could do without him too. You know, just saying. So, you know, everybody's freaking out, or they're being led or told to or influenced to freak out about Cam and James leaving. But, you know, if they do, they do. They don't, they don't. You know, the bowl game is not like we're playing for the national championship. We're not playing for anything. Honestly, whoever we play in the bowl game is going to probably have the same situation. You know, how many times have you watched these bowl games over the years where half the team's not playing? You know? And then that brings us to what I was kind of touching on earlier about Ja'Cory starting the bowl game. Workforce. Well, I mean, I would like to see Ja'Cory stick around and try to get better. I really would. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying he's not worth a damn and he needs to be kicked to the curb. No, I'm just saying he's a good quarter. He's a good corner. He needs to work. He needs more work. That's all. He's gotten better. Don't get me wrong. He has improved. I'm not flip-flopping. I'm just saying he has improved, but he needs more time. But anyway, good to see you, Workforce. So Ja'Cory's starting the bowl game. Okay. So I guess a few questions we have to ask is A, what bowl game will Miami go to? Who will Miami be playing? We don't know. We can speculate. We can guess. We can hope. But I'm just going to say, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I've seen stuff anywhere from the Sun Bowl to the pinstripe to the mayonnaise, to the pinstripe, mayonnaise, Sun Bowl. Who knows? The best part about it is that the team will have an extra 2 or 3 weeks of practice together. That's the good part. Oh, J.S. Martin, glad you can make it. Now, and honestly, I'm not really going to concentrate too much on the bowl game itself. But the fact of the matter is, I'm real excited to see how Ja'Cory looks. I mean, I really like to see how he's done since the last time we saw him. Just having an offensive line that won't have you running around. Just say it. And then of course, you had all that created drama about Ja'Cory transferring, not transferring. Who cares? I mean, if it happens, it happens. If Ja'Cory wasn't staying, why would he play the bowl game? And I'm sure Ja'Cory's tired of hearing all the bullshit noise that's going on out there in the live chats everywhere. But I think Ja'Cory gonna do okay. I really do. But then again, it depends on the type of game plan that Dawson and them want to run. I really think he may stay, because let's face it, Mr. Ja'Cory's in a position to better himself in that, okay, he's had all season to get better and learn and develop. All right. And if he comes out and does really well in the bowl game, he can come out as QB1 next year. He could actually go into the starting role, which is a good thing. Or if Ja'Cory says, I did my audition, I made my audition tape, my highlight reel, I'm going somewhere else. Well, then that just opens the door for incoming recruits. You could tell a 5-star quarterback, hey, we got an opening spot right now. Now, granted, I'm sure they'll probably get a quarterback out the portal to help them get through the tough times. I'm not that damn dumb. But, I guess I just look at it as, if Ja'Cory stays, great. If he don't stay, great. But I just hate to see him leave because, if he has a difference of philosophy with the coaching staff, why not just sit down and talk with him? What does he need to do to be more successful? What does Ja'Carri need to do to make the team do his part to make the team more successful? That's what I'm thinking of. That's it. And instead of just upping and leaving, what does he need to do? Get with the coaching staff. Talk to Mario. Talk to Dawson. Hey, what do I need to do to make this team successful? And if you're not, if you don't have those abilities, well, then what do I need to do? Teach me. Instead of just taking the easy route and just leave. But I already had my 30-minute rant on that. I'm not doing it again. So basically, to surmise, I like that one, boy. I've kind of ran my mouth for the last hour in regards to all of the self-created drama that you see. This drama that's created to get a click or a view. All the flip-flopping going on out there. One day you're this, next day you're that, but then the next day you're like, well, I told y'all before I switched. Talking about all these knuckleheads in the live chat that, they're self-imposed experts on everything. And, they're very sure of themselves and that they're right, you're wrong. But again, I'm not going to get into that because if I was to get really, really unfiltered, I would probably piss some people off. I really would. If I was to give my honest opinion and my theories and thoughts, I would really create a paradox in the space-time continuum because I have opinions about people and how they act on the YouTube that let's move on. Don't want to do it. We're unfiltered, uncensored, but we're not that uncensored yet. I was talking about the and that's the one. See, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you what I feel. Yeah, no StreamYard, Phil. But don't worry, we'll be okay, Phil. It's okay. See, me, I'm not here. I'm not going to create any scenario just to get you to watch. I'm not going to create some bullshit to get a click or a view or a like. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I like to come up with the fancy titles. Friday, free for all. Thursday, throwdown. Tell it like it is, Tuesday. It's just me. That's just how I am. I love the alliteration. I just like doing that. It just sounds so cool. I thought about doing the Friday 5 o'clock free for all, but I want to watch that game tonight. But anyway, now I'm going to try to be honest with y'all. Now I will try to be polite with the youth fellowship. I'll be polite. I'm not going to sit here and ridicule anybody for their opinion. I may disagree, but I'm not going to ridicule. But anyway, so yeah, I guess I'm just on a little rant today. I don't know what. I guess it's my time of the month. I don't know, but I just get tired of all this bullshit out there. Okay, and I talked about my opinions on the NIL, the portal, et cetera, et cetera. So going back through the chat. What did I mean? Let's see. Phil, how do I feel about TVD leaving? I'm sitting there looking at Mr. Martin saying love. All right, Phil. Honestly, First off, I don't know why Tyler's leaving. I honestly feel that Tyler does have the talent. When he's healthy, Tyler has the talent to do good things. All right. I think Tyler's demise was last season getting hurt behind a, he got hurt behind that Swiss cheese offensive line. This year he got hurt in the preseason and got hurt during the season. I think the last 2 years he's been playing really hurt. And, and Mr. Mark, I would probably agree with you. But, here's the thing. And I'm going to get back to Tyler, but I want to comment on what Mr. Martin just said. J.S. Martin. Because he's done with the flack. Well, see, here's the thing. The YouTubes and the Twitters and the TikToks and the Discords and all this social media it just didn't start this year. It didn't start last year. It's been around for a while. It has been around for a long time. And, these young men have to understand that's just part of it. Now that everybody and their brother has a platform to express their opinion, whether it be dumb or not, they're going to express it. And some people just act stupid. But what I'm getting at is, it's just one of the things in the 21st century that you're just going to have to deal with. Either you're going to just not pay attention, or you're going to be thick-skinned. It's just one of those things where it's just something you have to deal with because that's the day and age you live in. I'm not condoning all the morons on social media. I'm not condoning that at all. But it is what it is. Maybe Tyler feels, he isn't appreciated here at Miami. I don't know. But let's just look at the season. He was hurt at the first part of the season. Before the season started, he hurt his hand. And then, I don't know what happened at the bye week. And then he got hurt, during North Carolina and all that stuff. But if you're executing the game plan that the coaches want to execute, is what it is. Just disregard and ignore all this crap. And then just move on. But, I don't know. But the problem is, as much as I'd like to have Tyler come back and be healthy, there's also part of me that says he gets hurt easily. He's been getting hurt often. He's almost become a China doll. Now, Phil, you're saying Emory is starting next season, so he wants to find someone else. I would probably, just my opinion is let's pump the brakes on Emory. Let's pump the brakes. Let's be realistic about this. He just calm down on Emory. Okay, I'm not saying I'm an anti-Emory guy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, yes, he had that one, he had some cleanup duty. He had that game against Clemson. I don't know if it was his nerves, the play calling, or whatever. But let's let that we're gonna let that pot roast simmer in the oven for a little while before we're ready to take it out. No disrespect to Emery. No. I'm not saying that. Maybe he does start. Maybe he don't. I don't know. But let's just, same thing with Jakari. We don't know. It's anything, in my opinion, anything anybody says about Emery or Jakari, it's just pure speculation. It's just opinions. But my opinion is, let's see Jakari in the bowl game. Okay, let's see what happens. Realistically formulate an opinion and see what happens. And go from there. And again, if you think Emery's the man, then that's fine. I'm not ridiculing you for that. I'm just saying, let's just take a deep breath. Let's not get too excited. Let's not get carried away. And let's just see. You know what I mean? Because, I agree, Martin. I agree. But I'm not saying that Emery and Jakari aren't worth a flip. I'm just saying, let's let time tell us what happens. Let's just stay open-minded, Well, I know, again, everything is speculation. Oh, wait a minute. Phil, you said something. We can't say nothing about Brown yet. Okay, you said something else about, you can go live after we hear the Miami. Well, the only thing is, I got to go to work Monday. So here's my thing. I personally like to see if the bowl game show comes out Sunday. I kind of like to let things percolate. I kind of like to hear what everybody's saying, see what kind of created drama comes out. And I just want to see what's going on. Plus, it gives me a time to think. I really don't like to have a knee-jerk reaction. In other words, I'm hypothetically saying, just throwing some numbers out there. But let's say Miami plays SMU in the Sun Bowl. Let's just say, man, could you, I can just, right now, I can visualize in my mind all of the, I could just see all of the dramatic and drama headlines. Oh my gosh. But if it's coming out Sunday night, I'll probably watch it. But, I want to be able to see it, kind of digest it a little bit, sleep on it, come in with a level head, think clearly. I don't want to be one of these self-imposed experts, because I just like to be able to see what's going on. But anyway, truth be told, I'm just not going to be able to do anything Sunday night. I do apologize for that. But there are other days of the week. You never know. We may have another Tuesday tell it like it is session. I don't know. We'll see. But honestly, let's see, the portal, I'm going to get back to your next question, Phil, about the bowl game. But I think the portal officially opens Monday. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say it's like Monday the 4th. But see, here's the thing about the portal. And this is why Mario gets paid the big bucks. Okay. Do you, as a head coach, I view the transfer portal as an insurance policy. And what I mean is, if you're Mario, do you gamble on what you're going to get on National Signing Day? Or do you find a quarterback in the portal and use it as an insurance policy? Tell you what I'd do. Here's what I would do if I was the coach. Is I would sit down with all the quarterbacks that we have. Tyler, go kick rocks. You're leaving anyway. I would have a sit down with Emory, Jakari, and whoever the walk-ons are. And I'd say, look, this is no disrespect to you fellas, okay? But with Tyler leaving, we're at a point where we really need an experienced quarterback. It's nothing against Jakari or Emory, but they're young, inexperienced. You know, they're still developing. You know, our first game next year is against Florida, you know. And you know, regardless of what you hear from the self-imposed, you know, intelligent folks on the internets and the media and everything else, you know, us getting us a quarterback through the portal is not a reflection on you, you know. But then again, on the flip side, if you get a quarterback in the portal, what will that do for your quarterback recruiting? I understand you got Judd coming in. I know that, okay? But I guess the question that the coaches have to ask themselves is, do you think that we are, as a coaching staff, do you think we're jeopardizing a good five-star, but are we jeopardizing a quarterback recruit, a talented quarterback recruit coming in by going to the portal? There's so many possible ways. But honestly, just my opinion is you get you a quarterback with, you know, 3 or 4 years experience who probably has maybe a year or two left. I say you go ahead and get that quarterback out the portal. You let them come in. And you just let them do their thing. You know, let them do their thing. I'm not saying you got to get whatever, but you know, Jakari, he still has 3 years of eligibility. You know, Emory, well, he ain't got but 3 years of eligibility left. Judd comes in, he's got 4 years. So, I mean, why not go ahead and get somebody that, you know, fits your offensive style and has a year or two of eligibility? I'm just saying. And then during the cleanup parts of the game, you could bring in these other guys. Just let them get a little taste of it. But, and again, this is no disrespect to anybody on the team, but it would probably be wise to bring in, you know, a portal quarterback. You know, it's kind of like what the NFL does. You know, you'll bring in these older guys just to kind of get you through and help out the quarterback room. I'm just saying. And then also, like, yeah, Martin, you talking about there's a ton of good quarterbacks in the portal. But again, you also have to do your homework and say, okay, well, why are these cats in the portal? You know, I don't know. It's cool. So Phil wants to know what bowl game would I want to see Miami play in? Honestly, dude, I don't think it really matters. I really don't have a preference. I'm just excited that Miami's in a bowl game, because that's another, what, 2 or 3 weeks of practice, more time honing the skills. But I did see some talk of Miami playing, might have been on Coach Hayes, but there was some talk about maybe Miami playing Central Florida in the Duke Mayo Bowl. I think that'd be a pretty good game. I guess I kind of have mixed emotions. I mean, yeah, I won't Miami play anybody, anytime, anywhere. It's just the fact that I'm kind of concerned with Jakari being the starting quarterback. The only backup quarterback Miami has are walk-ons. No disrespect to the walk-ons, but you have to understand, this is the first time in a while that Miami's going into a ball game with a quarterback who hasn't played. I mean, I know Jakari played last year, but it's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But, I think a lot of people are just getting real. Honestly, I think what it is, a lot of people on these social medias and YouTubes and TikTokers and all that, they're just making stuff up because it's kind of a dead period right now. They're just kind of doing something to get a click or a view, But so let's completely change it up. Let's make that hard left. Who y'all like tonight? You like Oregon or Washington? I know y'all still out there. Tell me who you like. Do you like Oregon or do you like Washington? And what I'm doing is I'm using the old information box that makes phone calls. I'm trying to look back. I'll see if the point spread is still. Ooh, Oregon is still a 9.5 point favorite. So, I guess everybody done got bashful all of a sudden. Okay. I'll carry the weight or the load. So, I'm just being funny, y'all. Don't get excited. Don't get upset. So tonight you got Oregon and Washington playing in the last final forever. Well, I can't say forever, but the final Pac-12 championship. Next year it's going to be the Pac-2 championship, which will be settled when Washington State and Oregon State play. So yeah, tonight on ABC, it'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern kickoff. Oregon and Washington will play each other. Oregon coming in at 11-1, Washington at 12-0. They have Oregon. It's in Las Vegas, by the way. They have Oregon as a 9.5 point favorite. Damn. I don't know what's going on, but you got that matchup predictor. Yeah. They got Oregon at a 76% chance of winning. Man, why why all the love for Oregon all of a sudden? You know? Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, honestly, I think Oregon gonna beat them. I really do because it's a level playing field, and what I mean is they're in Vegas. They're not in that cold, wet, rainy Northwest region. They're in the desert. I really, and the last time they played, what was it, like a 34-30, 33? It was like a 3-point game. It wasn't much, and Washington pulled it out. But I really think if I had to put money on it, and I don't get stupid and say bet my house, I'm not betting my house on the sun coming up tomorrow. I ain't betting my house on nothing. But I would probably, if I had a couple of dollars, I'd probably put it on Oregon. I really would. Now, you got Liberty and New Mexico State playing. I mean, Liberty's already 12-0, and New Mexico State, I don't know what they've been doing, but they're 10-3 right now. Them bastards done played 13 games already. Did they just forego the bye week and say, nah, we're going to play? Damn, 13. This will be game 14. Wow. So Liberty and New Mexico State play for the Conference USA Championship at 7 o'clock Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Liberty is a 10-point favorite. I don't know. Liberty's ranked 24th. I don't know. Now, tomorrow, I'll probably, I guess I'll start by watching, well, hell. Oh, crap. Go back. I guess I'll start with everybody else and watch Texas beat Oklahoma State. And then I'll probably watch Alabama beat Georgia. And then the late game, I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure. I mean, Michigan, Iowa is very enticing. It's tempting. But I want to see Florida State get their ass kicked. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, I got to root for Louisville against Florida State. I got to. What'd you say? They found a dead Longhorn. But yeah, I mean, and I was talking about this earlier. If you think about it, in my opinion, I think Michigan is probably the only top 4 team that'll probably win this weekend. I believe Alabama beats Georgia. I believe Louisville beats Florida State. And I think Oregon's going to beat Washington. And with that being said, I think the top 4 will probably be Georgia because the system has got to have an SEC in there regardless. Okay. It'll be, of course, Georgia, Michigan, Oklahoma, Ohio State, and Texas. They're not going to let Alabama jump Texas. There's just no way. Because Texas beat Alabama. So, now if Alabama just yard stomps Georgia by 14 or more points, then you can start adding Texas to the mix. Stranger things have happened. Yes, they have. They have happened. But anyway, should be some good games nonetheless. Some real good games. Of course, you never know. all the top 4 teams might just win. Never know. I just like to see a little parity, and plus I want to see Florida State get smashed. But that's just me. Oh, so I guess that's really all I need to flap my lips about. I really wanted to get on here and just give my honest opinion on all this damn drama. And it just gets aggravating, it gets frustrating. And I know what it's all about. I ain't stupid, but I just get tired of hearing it, and I get tired of people falling for it. And then it just, you got these people out there with their nonsense. But see, that's just it though, Martin. If Bama beats Georgia, I mean, Alabama's sitting at number 8. That would be a hell of a jump, especially with Ohio State and Texas. And Texas already beat Bama. But, hey, man, I've seen weirder things happen, dude. Because at this time of year, all these major conferences want a piece of the pie. SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, Pac 12, etc. And I'm sure they're, as of right now, the SEC, ACC, and Big 10 and Pac 12, if they win, they have a piece of the pie with the Big Big 12 being out. Oh, it's just all about who pays what to whom. I don't know. I still think it's all about the money, dude. The system wants the system wants either Georgia or Alabama there, an SEC school, because that's going to generate more of this money. More revenue, more views, more people, more viewership, more of the advertising dollar. Because if you have Georgia or Alabama in there, well, then you're going to have a lot more people watch it if they weren't in there. It's all about the money, dude. But don't be surprised. Oh, I know Texas lost to Oklahoma. I know, but they beat Alabama, though. I mean, don't be surprised if in the ACC championship they have a quality officiating crew. Don't be surprised if there's some crazy, funny calls made at the FSU Louisville game to where Florida State could win, because if Florida State wins, they're in. They're in the playoffs. And if Louisville wins, the ACC is out. And as much as I hate the ACC, do not be surprised if another safety is missed. If a pass interference is missed or called. It's going to be interesting. It really is, because this is the time of year where, conferences are going to make or break their money by having a team in the playoff. Just plain and simple. I know that sounds tinfoil hat, but it's true. It's true. I'm telling you, it's true. But it don't matter, but probably because, in a few years, you're only going to have 2 major conferences. It's going to be like the NFL, NBA, Major League, like all the pro sports. You'll have 2 major conferences, and within those conferences, you're going to have different divisions. You'll have a north, south, east, and west. You very well may have an American conference and a national conference. And you'll have different, I wouldn't be surprised. Probably you got all this realignment going on. Of course, I've been saying this for a long time, but in the next 5 or so years, I could really see, because they're expanding the playoffs next year. And I could see them going to like the NFL format and have two conferences with four divisions in each. I could see it, you know, where you'll have a division playoff or a division champ, and then those division champs play for the to go to the conference championship. You have a conference championship, and then you have the two conferences play each other like the Super Bowl. I could see it happening. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, oh Lord, I've been flapping my jaws for almost over an hour and a half. But anyway, that's really all it was. This was primarily just me getting bullshit off my chest and, let me have my might all moment. But it's gonna be all right. Miami has improved. Compared to last year, I think this team has done better. Yeah, they did lose to the Georgia Tech, in which, Chaney was not down. Chaney did not fumble. He was down. But it still doesn't matter. They should have just kneeled the ball. They should have played better. But the team finished 7-5. The offensive line is a lot better. The running game looked better. Quarterback protection looked good. Defense, oh my gosh. This defense is going to be awesome. Especially if you get this Scott dude, if he stays committed, him on one side and Bain on, oh my gosh. It's like old school up in this bitch. And I say old school, I'm talking 80s old school, not this, old school from 2001. I'm talking old school. The defensive backs, as much as they frustrate me, it's just me, but they are doing better. They are doing better. It's going to take a moment, and I'll be honest with you. Here I go again. I'm going to get on my soapbox, but changing offensive coordinators, changing head coaches every 2 or 3 years is not the key to success. I'm telling you. It's you have to allow these coaches to establish. Oh yeah, I'll agree with you. We do need some linebackers. Hopefully they will. But this was Dawson's first year. Yeah, there was some, I don't understand what their thinking was, but first thing everybody wants to do is fire the coach. My God, that's what's got us into this mess. You kind of have to let the coaches get their players in and see what happens. And, things just don't happen instantaneously. Usually you bring, back in the day, you bring a new coach in with a new coaching staff. You're looking at 2 or 3 years before you start seeing any benefits. See what you reaping from what you're sowing. But it's just that day and age where all these young people want instant success. And it's not going to happen. It's going to take time. But to go from 6-7 or 5-6 to 7-5, hey man, that's pretty cool. Or was it 5-7? Regardless of the fact, you only won 5 games last year. You won 7 games this year. Would have, could have, should have, could have won at least. Could have won. I mean, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, Miami could have went undefeated this year. Georgia Tech should have never lost. North Carolina, turnovers killed us. North Carolina State, turnovers killed us. Florida State, you give us the safety, the ball, and that punt return comes back, could be a different story. If Emory didn't get hurt, could have been a different story. I'm not saying win, but different story. Louisville, could have been a different story. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not saying, I'm not saying, Miami should have went undefeated, but I mean, if you just look at the games, and no, I think the biggest point difference we had was the North Carolina State game? Where Miami lost by like more than 14. Let's see here. Hang on, I'm pulling my information box up here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, North Carolina was a 10-point loss. Yeah, I mean, the North Carolina State game, Miami only lost by 14. And that was our biggest loss was only 14 points. UNC was it was a 10-point loss, 41-31. So there was no, a 2-touchdown loss is bad, but compared to last year and years previous, that's really not bad at all if you think about it. That's not bad. And if you take away the turnovers, who knows? Who knows? So, I mean, everybody gets their panties in a wad because of losing this, losing that. But it's just, I've always looked at how they lost and how they win, how they play. And, I don't want to make any dumb statements, but I really think things will get better. Even if it's 8-4 next year, we're going to get better. It's going to take a second. I mean, exactly, Martin. You take away the interceptions, and especially like North Carolina. You had the bad fumble and you had the interception in the second half. Again, would have, could have, should have. I'm not living in the land of what if. I'm just in the land of reality. I really think this year's biggest issue was turnovers. Now, if Tyler was hurt, then the coaches should have either did something with the play calling to help Tyler out or get Tyler out of there. But I really think, I don't, again, I'm not getting tinfoil hat here. Something happened in the bye week. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a coaches meeting. I don't know if Dawson didn't buy enough drinks for Mario. I don't know. Bryce, we're doing good. How you doing, man? I don't know. That's, to me, the turning point of the season was the bye week. I don't know what happened. It's like you got this team that's looking really good, executing well, play calling well, defense as well, and then all of a sudden went to crap. It was like a whole different team. I don't know what happened. Now, a lot of people say, well, the competition changed. Yeah, this is true. Competition did change. But it's just the mechanics of the game, the way how the game was played. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. But that's that. Of course, now seeing Bryce, that's got me thinking. I gotta start doing my preseason baseball homework and start doing some investigative reporting and start getting on that, So I figure while everybody's being distracted by the basketball, I'm going to start looking into the baseball because, baseball is going to start off here in a few months or less. But, but anyway, I know you're late to the party, Bryce, and there is nothing wrong with that. I am glad to see you, as I am glad to see everybody who took time out their day to, stop by. But basically, Bryce, just to catch you up, and anybody else who may have come by, I honestly, it's just a might all moment for me. I just had to get some bitching done. I had to get some things off my chest. And I didn't get a lot of things off my chest because what I really want to say, what I really, really want to say would create, it would create all kind of havoc. And I'm just not in the mood for that right now. It's like, was it Thumper that said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all? So I'm not going to say anything at all. I don't know. I guess, I don't have some kind of superiority complex to where it's my channel. I know what I'm talking about. Everybody else is dumb. No. I just do this because I like hanging out with y'all. That's all. I enjoy it. It's like I was saying in my little season recap on my Ferrari channel. I said, man, if it was up to me, if I could do it, man, look, I would live stream all the practices, the qualifying, the races. I would do the pre-race, post-game, and when it comes to Miami, I'd sit here. I would have me a little $1.25 production weekly cane show. I would do it all. I really would. But y'all are probably like me. You got to work for a living. Got to pay the rent. Got to pay the car insurance. The tax man. But. And I'm kind of glad I don't do this for a living because, when you do things that you love, if you do things that you love as a means to support yourself, then it becomes a job and it's not what you enjoy. It's like if you want to become a Bass Pro Tour, Bass Pro fisherman in the tournaments, you love fishing. But when it becomes your means of support and livelihood, then it becomes a job and it's not as fun anymore, But anyway, I really hate to turn the camera off, but I really enjoy having y'all here, man. And again, I know I usually do the StreamYard. Yes, I know, but I'm playing around with some new stuff, just trying to learn some different avenues, but, well, I don't want to get off into it, but workforce, in Morris's final few seasons, things started to, kind of go downhill. It's almost like Morris was just kind of, writing it in, just kind of limping on to retirement. That's all I'll say. Now, Damare didn't make things any better, but in Morris's latter years, things really got kind of. It's almost like they won the championship at 01 and just kind of just rested on the laurels. Just kind of got just exponentially worse. But that's my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm just saying. Of course, I was raised on Ron Frazier, so don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying. But It's crazy. Since TV hit the transfer, he's probably going to have to learn a new offense scheme. You know, and I kind of touched on that a little bit. You know, I didn't touch on that, but I was talking about TVD. But I wish him all the best, but I don't understand why he's leaving. Mr. Martin was talking about all the flack he was getting, but stop throwing interceptions and nobody will talk bad about you. Just say it. You know, stop throwing interceptions, stop getting hurt. You know, just saying, don't be a tenderoni, baby. You know, shoot, I don't get it. Well, it has come to that time where, oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to SMU because he'll be with somebody he knows with Rhett Lashley. You know, that's fine. But it is what it is. So anyway, so look, this is going to be our final call right here. I do appreciate everybody stopping by. Workforce, JS Martin, Bryce, thank you for stopping by. Again, Bryce, appreciate the shout out on your last video. Football video, I think it was. And of course, Phil. It was fun. I enjoy hanging out with you guys, man. It has been so much fun. And you know, honestly, I think I have more fun when we have about 5 or 6 people in here as opposed to, I don't know, what's the most we had in here? 10? I don't think we've had more than 6, but that's cool. I just say I have nothing against the, nothing against the, you know, people having the 100 and 200 and 300, but I find, and this is what I like. This is what the one thing, the reason why I started this channel too, is not just to run my mouth, but to have the smaller group, the U fellowship, if you will, 5 or 6, 7 people that usually show up, and we can have a more, I don't want to say intimate conversation. That may be taken in the wrong context, but you know what I'm saying. You know, we can. Everybody, you're able to interact. You know, everybody can hear them, have their voices heard. Everybody can make points. Oh, I got Oregon, dude. I got Oregon. You know, and then plus, you don't get all them knuckleheads in here, you know. But look, I'm gonna pay it forward. Y'all be sure to check out Bryce. Bryce has his little channel. And if you're in that type of, if you like us, like people like myself and Bryce, if you don't like all that craziness, there is a nice channel that I picked up on the last few months, is Canes Cast. CANESCAST. I forget the dude's name. I think his last name's Halsey. But just another down to earth, another regular old guy like us. You know, he's not trying to do anything, but just sitting there talking. You know, and he had his show. He had a video come out a couple of days ago, and him and this other guy were talking and made pretty good points. But anyway. I know I'm just rambling because I don't want to say goodbye, but I need to say goodbye because I've been on here for like 2 hours now. But I'm gonna agree with you, Workforce. I would just, first off, Florida State gotta lose. I hate to say it, they just gotta lose. But I'd love to see Oregon and Alabama win. I'd like to see and Louisville, just to bring some chaos to the party. But that's just me. But I'm afraid we're going to have to go ahead and bring this to a close. As far as the next broadcast, I'll probably do a StreamYard to where we can have some people come on and call in and show their face and say hello. It'll probably be next week, maybe next Friday, because of my work schedule. We could probably do something like a Friday evening. Or whatever. I just really hate to have a set time. Oh, I did talk about Jakari. Oh yeah, I did talk about Jakari. I like the kid, but anyway. I don't know what we'll do next. Maybe next Friday, probably or we could do a Tuesday night Tell It Like It Is, because the portal will be open. We'll find out what the bowl game is. So maybe right now we'll put a Tuesday Tell It Like It Is. We'll just kind of pencil it in on the paper there, you know. But we'll definitely get back together. I promise you that. We'll definitely get back together. But I do appreciate all of y'all taking time out today. I really do appreciate y'all taking time out your Friday to stop by and say hello and chit chat. I do appreciate it. Always, I enjoy all of y'all and your opinions and your fellowship. That's why we do this. That's why I do it. It's free of charge. It don't cost you anything but your time, you know. But in the future, if anybody kind of wanders in from the streets and sees this, and you kind of like have this weird, crazy, perverted, hey, I like this kind of stuff. Well, hey, do yourself a favor. I got to do my YouTube spill. I got to do my YouTube spill. Like it and hit that subscribe button. But if not, that's okay. That's okay. I like being funny with that. But yeah, again, it's been a great month of November for our channel, fellas. We've had like, was it 7 new subscribers in the month of November to the channel. So that's pretty cool. And I think there's actually some chicks that watch this stuff, because I think 14% of my viewers have been female. Hey, don't tell the wife though. Don't tell the wife. So I got to start being careful how I do this, because, I'm always talking about us guys and this and that. I just want to make sure I don't, misgenderize it. But anyway, but I will say this: majority, if not all of us, all the viewers are from the United States, so they don't have to sit there and try to decipher the closed caption. Oh my gosh, I don't know how y'all put up with me. I really don't. I have a hard time putting up with myself. But anyway, this has been fun. This is South Coast Kane. Peace, love, and soul. Go Canes. Thank y'all. Stay alert, stay tuned for the next broadcast, but I'll probably let you know. So, all right, y'all have a safe evening. Be careful. Have a fun weekend. Enjoy your football or whatever you're going to do. And we'll catch you in the next one.